Guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What do you have today, guys? It's the next installment of my rock slash metal CD collection. If you are new to the channel, we're up to part number 9. So definitely check out the first 8 parts if you want to check out my other stuff in the collection so far. I've been just kind of grabbing a couple stacks at a time from my collection down there. They're not in any kind of order for the most part. Because I'm still waiting on getting shelves behind me here, so I'm just kind of grabbing a couple stacks and kind of seeing what's in there. So I got 2 more stacks for you guys. The first stack here we'll go through quickly. So the first one here is a 90s band live, The Secret Samadhi. This one I don't have the front cover for, but pretty cool alternative band from the 90s. I think most people know these guys if you're into that kind of music. But I always like their music, really fun stuff and good rockin' stuff. And then we got their biggest album, Throwing Copper, monster album. I think it sold like 15 million copies or something. Of course, everyone knows the song Lightning Crashes, but always like this band, it's fun. And then I have their best of from live. Some really good tunes on here. I just picked it up to have all their popular tunes all together, all their singles. And then we got John Lennon, Imagine, the original master recording. Love John Lennon, one of my favorite artists of all time. Love the Beatles. And as you can see on my arm here, I've got the Imagine tattoo on my forearm. One of my favorite songs of all time. And yeah, I love this album. I have the box set from John Lennon I got years ago as a gift that had all his studio albums. But I just had this one separately before I got that box set. So I will show the box set once I'll probably do that at the end after I do the last video. Just to kind of show that I got it. And then I got just a best of John Lennon here. Again, just all the hits. Imagine, of course, Instant Karma, one of my favorite songs by him. Jealous Guy. Just some really good songs in here. Mind Games. Love a lot of his stuff. Really good artist. Next we got arguably one of the biggest hard rock bands of all time, Led Zeppelin, with their monster hit Led Zeppelin 4. Everyone knows this album. This is one I don't have the front cover for. If you're watching my other videos, I kind of told the story about at one point I decided it was a better idea to put all my CDs in a binder and just scrap all the cases and the books and stuff, but I soon afterwards realized that was a stupid idea, being a collector, and I should just keep everything, so I stopped doing that. So these are kind of the albums I had from a long time ago before my collection got bigger that I don't have the front covers for. I just kind of replaced the case. So Led Zeppelin 4. And then I got the debut from Led Zeppelin, one of the best hard rock debuts of all time. Good Times, Bad Times, Days Confused. Some really good tunes on here. Good stuff. I got Led Zeppelin 2. Good rockin' songs in here. A Whole Lot of Love, Ramble On. Really good tunes. The Lemon Song. Just some really good songs in here as well. Love Zeppelin. Their first 5 albums, 6 albums are like masterpieces. Led Zeppelin 3. This one's more acoustic, a little bit softer. But it's got some really good tunes on here. Immigrant Song, of course, is the most popular. But some really good kind of acoustic-y, folky kind of stuff on here. Different vibe from their first 2 albums. Are really good stuff. Always loved it. And everyone knows this album, Metallica, Saint Anger. I kind of bought this when it first came out because I'm a monster Metallica fan. Not realizing how shitty it was going to be until after I bought it. But I held on to it just because I'm a completist. And I do love Metallica, so I wanted to have all their albums still. Next we got one of my favorite bands, progressive metalers, Mastodon. First one we got here is Blood Mountain, my favorite album by them. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched my ranking of the videos for them yet. But this has always been my favorite with The Wolf is Loose, Sleeping Giants, Crystal Skull, just Calling It Birchman. Some of my favorite songs on this album from them. I think Crack the Sky is a really close second. I think I've already showed that CD in one of my other videos because I think I pulled it out for something. We got Emperor of Sand by Mastodon, one of their newer albums, but they're bringing back a little bit of heaviness on this one. Really good stuff. And then we got Mastodon, Once More Around the Sun. Another great album from them, more proggy on this one, not quite as heavy, but really good stuff still. And we got Mastodon, The Hunter. One of their weaker albums in their discography, in my opinion, but some really good tunes on here. Still Black Tongue, Curl of the Burl, and still some really good tunes on here. I still really like it, but one of their weaker albums in their discography. And then we have one of their old albums, Remission. Really good stuff, more heavy, more raw. But definitely got some really good tunes on here as well for good stuff. And we got Mastodon, Leviathan. Everyone knows this album, concept album about Moby Dick. Blood and Thunder is a crazy good song. Island, Iron Tusk, like just some really master songs in here. A Megalodon's a really good song as well. Love this album, one of my favorites. And then we got the Jersey Thrashers, Overkill with White Devil Armory, one of their kind of more recent releases, really strong album. These guys are one of the most consistent thrash bands of all time, and I always love picking up their stuff. I think I mostly have their newer stuff. I still need to pick up a lot of their older material. I got into the band late, so I buy their new stuff kind of when it comes out, but I haven't got a chance to go back and physically buy a lot of their older material yet. This doesn't need any introduction. Opeth with Blackwater Park. My second favorite album of all time, with songs like Leper Affinity, Bleak, Harvest, Drapery Falls, the title track, Monster album. Opeth is my favorite band. This is my favorite album by them, and I just love this album. It's just, I can't get enough of it. I listen to this at least once a week probably, and it's just a monster album. And we got another Opeth album here, Pale Communion. This is one of their newer releases, but when they're more hard rock, straight prog rock band. They stripped away all the death metal elements. Still really good, takes you on a journey, but just in a different way. But I love Opeth. I think I showed the rest of their albums on one of my previous videos. And the second stack here, guys, I think pretty much is all Iron Maiden. I have all their albums. So it's probably, I think there's like, 16 Maiden albums or something. So I'll kind of blast through them here quickly. So we got Maiden, Matter of Life and Death. Really good artwork on this one. One of my favorite albums from the newer era. A really underrated album in my opinion. And really killer stuff on that one. And then we got Brave New World. Probably the best album since Bruce came back. This is in 2000, I think this came out. But probably the best album since Bruce came back, to be honest. A really killer album. Outside of the first 7 that are all masterpieces in my mind, this is probably number 8. Like, this is the next best one. And then we got Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, their 7th album. Really good album. One of my favorite artworks from the band. Love the color. Really pops. Cool artwork on that one. Then we have their 6th studio album, Somewhere in Time. Really cool album cover. Every time you look at it, you can find little new Easter eggs and stuff all hidden everywhere. But really, really good album. And we got Killers. Everyone knows this album. It's a essential metal CD to have in your collection. Their sophomore album. I personally prefer their debut overall. Most people like Killers more, but I prefer their debut, which is this one. The self-titled. It's got Prowler, Sanctuary, Phantom of the Opera. Just some of my favorite songs in here. The title track. I just love this album. I like it better than Killers overall. And then you got Peace of Mind, another monster album from this band. Really good stuff on here. Flight of Icarus, everyone knows. The Trooper. Big songs on this one, for sure. Another masterpiece from the band, Power Slave. Aces High, Minutes to Midnight. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, the title track. Just some monster hits on this album as well. Really cool artwork on that one as well. Really good stuff. And my favorite Maiden album, Number of the Beast. This is pretty much greatest hits in my opinion. Invaders is one of their best openers. Children of the Damned. 22 Acacia Avenue, Run to the Hills, Number of the Beast. Total Eclipse, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Like, it's a monster album. Easily an essential album in any metalhead's collection. A killer Maiden album. And then we got Warbringer. Waking into, I can't even read it. Waking into Nightmares. Sorry, I had trouble reading it there for a second. Really aggressive thrash band, one of the best from the newer era. Really good stuff. Definitely check it out. I think that was kind of mixed in there. Next Maiden one, Virtual 11. Their worst album in my opinion. This is the one that had Blaze Bayley on vocals. But it's not horrible, but it's definitely the weakest Maiden album in my opinion. X Factor, the other one with Blaze Bayley on vocals. This one's a little bit better. They try to write a little bit more to suit his vocals. It's a little bit stronger, but still not that great. And we got Final Frontier. I need a new case for this one. Looks kind of broken. The title track on this one's good, but the rest of it's just like eh. It's one of the weaker albums in my opinion as well. Definitely near the bottom for me. And then we got In Prayer for the Dying. Pretty good album, some decent tracks on it, but more to the bottom as well. Not as good as the early stuff. And then we got Maiden, The Dance of Death. This one's actually really good. It's got some really good tunes on this one. This one definitely ranks a little bit higher for me. But don't like the artwork. The artwork's one of the worst, but the album itself is pretty killer. Fear of the Dark, one of the best album covers. I think this is an underrated album. A lot of people don't like it. The title track is killer, but there's some other good tunes on here. I really enjoy it. I like it. And we got Book of Souls, second to last album, double album, pretty good stuff. The song's a little bit long and the album's a little bit long in my opinion, but overall it's pretty solid, pretty good. And the last one here, guys, to show is Shinzetsu, the most recent one. Double album as well. This came in a digipack. I like the artwork on this one a lot. It's really cool. And the inside, it's really cool looking as well. I really like the red and black two-tone on this one. Really dig how it looks. Some really good tunes on this album. But I don't think it's one of their strongest. I think they're getting a little too long in their albums, and I think they need to edit their music a little bit down more, and they're just making it long for the sake of being long. But it's still a pretty solid album. I had to pick it up. Love Maiden. Really cool artwork on that one. I need to get a shirt of that one day. Really cool stuff. Yeah, that one Warbringer album kind of was mixed in the middle there. But anyways, guys, that's what I got for you this video. Stay tuned for part 10. If you enjoyed watching this video, definitely check out my other ones in the playlist to check out the other number 1 through 8. And until next time, guys, keep it metal.